reckoning in raising wages for 15,000 low-wage workers in this city and getting the city to provide more funding to nonprofits to be able to raise the wages of workers who are doing those valuable services for our community. Home care workers, workers in the homeless shelters, workers who are mentoring our youth, who are counseling our families, who are providing health services. We're going to begin with a street theater piece by the Living Wage Players.
Tell him Don Fishy called. When I founded Crap Clothing Stores, my goal was to maximize profits by paying the lowest wages possible. That's why my clothing line is made in sweatshops overseas. But city government doesn't function on this business model. It's under too much political pressure from voters for services and from unions for living wage jobs. To change this, I organized a political front group of the 40 largest corporations based in San Francisco, the Committee for Lower Paying Jobs. Our goal is greater profits for the downtown corporation. Our agenda is pretty simple. Decrease the political pressure on making us pay our fair share of taxes by making the city spend less. Make the city contract out more services to the private sector, using workers who are paid half what city workers are paid with no benefits. Make the city lay off workers and cut their pay to depress the wages. We pay in the private sector in competition for workers.
Oh, yes, Mr. Fisher, under your leadership, the Committee for Lower Paying Jobs has put together PG&E, Chevron Texaco, Bank of America, Bechtel, Charles Schwab, AT&T, Pacific Telesis, Catellis Development Corporation, and the Hearst Corporation. And with Hearst Corporation, we have the Chronicle as our political organ. The Fat City series doesn't refer to the number of billionaires we have in San Francisco. We got the Board of Supervisors to give back $85 million in taxes to our members and get rid of the gross receipts tax on corporations. We're able to get away with that because we can buy elections. We funneled more than $5 million into the last elections, either directly to candidates or through our independent expenditure campaign, such as San Franciscans for an Insensitive Government.
Or save our super profits.
We put out slick mailings. We can call a Latino a Nazi, or an African American a member of the Ku Klux Klan, and the voters will never know that the corporations are behind it. The elected officials either take our money or they're scared to death that our money will go to their opponent and won't do anything to offend us. We have a problem, though. That living wage law is putting a brake on us, getting the city to contract out more services to low-paid workers. And now those low-wage workers are demanding amendments to the law to increase their wages.
Well, you know what to do. Put a stop to it.
Act 2.
Damn, there's a draft in here. Can someone close the door?
What you're talking about? I'm sweating like a pig. Some can get some air conditioning here.
It feels like rain is coming. My bones hurt.
Today is one of her bad days. She's staying clean, but it's hard.
Tell me about it. I have 5 kids at home, and our healthcare premiums have gone up 45%. One of my babies is really sick and needs constant medical attention. If anything else goes up more in cost, I'm going to have to move into this shelter.
Yeah, well, check out what the Chevron station is charging for gas now, and muni fares have gone up. They get us one way or another. Don't get me started on the PG&E increase.
You think you've got problems? I'm working up to 40 hours a month for a general assistance grant of $340. They got me scrubbing the graffiti out of muni buses with noxious chemicals, sweeping the crap off the streets, and pushing a broom at General Hospital. I am catching every bug that comes into General. I caught some bug resistant to antibiotics. It keeps me going to the toilet all the time. I am so wiped out by this workfare that I am too tired to search for a real job.
I heard that the Board of Supervisors is holding a hearing on amendments to the living wage law that would raise wages for nonprofit workers like us and base the GA grant on the wage rate and living wage law for workfare workers like you. Let's go down there to City Hall and tell those supervisors what they should do.
We're with you, and we're going to organize some other workfare workers down there.
¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede!
Act 3 at the hallway of City Hall.
Ah, Walter Wimpy, Executive Director of FaithBasedInitiatives.com. Remember, those donations our corporations made to your nonprofit agency? Those weren't just tax-deductible donations to charity. We need you to do something. You need to get your buddies in the Poverty Providers Network to oppose these amendments to the living wage law.
But my workers do need a raise. They have a hard job. I'm having a hard time retaining experienced workers.
Well, where do you think the money's going to come from? The city won't pay.
Oh my, oh my. If the city requires me to raise wages, I will have to lay off staff and cut services.
Now, that's more like it. Now go and tell that supervisor that,
Oh my, oh dear, please don't let these amendments to the living wage law go through. It will be such a hardship to us. It will only harm the very people that you think are helping. Now, the people that go to work at non-profit agencies aren't concerned about money. They do it out of a sense of self-sacrifice and grace from God.
What are you talking about? It is written in the amendments that the city would commit adequate funding to nonprofits so that they can raise wages without cutting services or laying off workers. If the city doesn't do that, a nonprofit can get a waiver if the director is not paid 6 times more than the lowest paid worker. Now, you don't need to be making more than $137,000 a year.
hey, don't listen to that lazy worker. If you don't vote against these amendments, we will send an anonymous mailer to each voter in your district saying that you beat your wife, abuse puppies, and admire Hitler. And furthermore, if you say we should pay more taxes, we'll put up billboards calling you a job killer. Everyone wants to suck the corporations dry. The problem is that the workers in this city are spoiled. If they get more money, they would only spend it on liquor and drugs.
Who are you calling lazy? Your CEOs live in riches and comfort and pay starvation wages in a third world. I've worked so hard that I've had 2 miscarriages. We do as much work as we physically can. And when I'm not working, I'm taking care of my 5 kids and the kids of the other workers on the other shifts. I have a sick baby at home, and I don't have enough money to buy medicine. I haven't had much sleep for weeks, and if I'm late one more time with the rent, the landlord's gonna put us out so he can jack up the rent.
That's right. I live at the shelter. I know these people work hard. I also work hard keeping the city clean. I work 2 4-hour shifts a week for $340 a month. And I'm treated like I am getting a handout, not paid. I don't get respect for the work I do, and I don't see any hope of moving into permanent housing that has been promised. And I'm talking about real housing, not an SRO. I might as well be living in a ditch by the side of the road. I need a living wage.
Supervisor on the fence, if you don't vote for these amendments, we will organize low-wage workers to walk door to door and tell people to vote against you. We will put you out of office. You won't have that nice office and that nice furniture and that nice view out the window.
Cuando hizo su campaña, nos prometió sueldos justos. Debe cumplirlo, porque de otro modo estará negando su propia palabra. Si usted no cumple con su palabra, vamos a organizarnos todos los que tenemos sueldos bajos y vamos a tocar casa por casa para quitarlo de esa oficina, para que deje de disfrutar de esa oficina tan bonita y de esa vista tan hermosa. Lo sacaremos de su cargo porque no ha cumplido con su palabra. Si no cumple su palabra, se niega usted mismo.
Okay, I think I will. Do I know you guys?